Champions League regular season Group H action on game. Bnei Herzliya keeping it up on the Canary Islands. And what is there not to like about coming to this great basketball city in Europe? One of the true hotbeds of basketball is Lithuania, and Vilnius is right there. And you can see their two recent wins over Peristeri has catapulted them. Well, they're now 2-2. Trailing Lenovo Tenerife by a game, but more importantly, looking like they're heading towards a postseason, probably in second place, but it depends. If they get the win tonight, if were to win, well, they would indeed. Teams is about as exciting as it gets as teams scrap and claw and fight and try to stay in the hunt and keep their eyes on the prize. So there is Marcus Foster, the MVP in the Basketball Champions League for the month of November. And Marcus Foster, they don't come any better in terms of how he performed in November, that's for sure. And he's going to be honored here tonight after the team presentations. Well, as we look at the player introductions for Bnei Dist Herzliya, it's worth going back and remembering that after starting the season, well, look first at their roster: Sandy Cohen, Stephen Mark Thompson, Yair Kravitz, Amit Schwartz. Well, we'll look at it quickly anyway. And there's Stephen Thompson coming out, Puerto Rico international. Maurice Kemp. They started their season with a loss to Peristeri and then bounced back and got their only win so far against this very Rytas Vilnius team, 90-85. Since that point, Bnei Ofek Dist Herzliya have dropped a couple of decisive games, decisive defeats, or big defeats to Lenovo Tenerife. So they're trying to get back to winning ways tonight. And this is a different Rytas Vilnius team from the one they faced first. Margarius Normantis, Modestus Babritis, Jarvis Williams, Tomas Lacunas, Gytis Ratsavicius, Elvar Friedrichsen, Alvaras Kairis, carried rather well in the past. And the Basketball Champions League adjustment period. But here the teams are lining up on the court, facing each other. They'll shake hands quickly here. And just 5 minutes away from the opening tip. So Normantis goes and, Javinas goes and shakes the hand of his counterpart, Oren Aharoni. And the players go back through their final warm-ups for this game. Dist Herzliya. And Ratsavicius as well for Rytas. Really brings the effort night in and night out for this team. It's a Rytas team again that has some momentum, and they have been playing exceptionally well. So again tonight, Rytas will secure second place or better with a win over Herzliya if Peristeri lose to Tenerife. And remembering how Peristeri played the first time against Tenerife, well, if they bring in a performance like that, anything is possible. There are the referees, the crew chief, Johan Rosso, Nicholas Maestri, his French compatriot on the left, and Oslan Yalman from Turkey on the right. So here is the MVP of November trophy that is going to be presented to that man right there, Marcus Foster, who we were just talking to, and I'm sure that he feels like it's confirmation of not only how well he's played, but also his team. He's always been sure to lift up his teammates whenever he's been asked about that award. He just says, we've been playing really well, as you do. So starting five for Bnei Ofek Dist Herzliya will be Sandy Cohen, Maurice Kemp, Chris Babb, Quentin Hunker, and Julian Gamble. Kemp leading the team in scoring at 20.7 points per game, 13.5 points per game for Babb, and Gamble at 12.7. And the coach, Oren Aharoni. And don't be frightened by this crowd. They're making some noise, let me tell you. Jarvis Williams, Gytis Radzavicius, Elvar Friedrichsen, Marcus Falster, and Gytis Mashulis in the starting five for Rytas. And it really does feel like in November this team flipped the switch and all of a sudden went from being a team that was looking for rhythm, looking for consistency under Giedius Javinas, to all of a sudden they figured it out. They know how they want to play. They've won each of their last 5 home games in the Basketball Champions League regular season. And you can see that in the other game these two teams played, Marcus Falster had 24 points. Julian Gamble, North Carolina's finest, lost this Bnei Ofek Dist Herzliya team, lost 3 of the last 4 games. The only win was against Rytas, 90-85. Kemp had his, see his numbers there. He's been tough. And while we have a minute, just let me remind you, go to the Basketball Champions League website and you can find a lot of interesting material. Check out the Tough Calls segment where the analysis takes place of some of the tough calls that were made by referees and whether they were right or wrong. Also, Tyrus McGee was mic'd up in his last game for Galatasaray against Ostend. That makes entertaining viewing and listening on the social media channels of the Basketball Champions League, including YouTube, Instagram. And last week, Joe Ragland, don't forget, set an all-time record in assists in a single game with 18. So a lot of headlines here in the Basketball Champions League. Well, good evening, everybody. And again, welcome to Vilnius, Lithuania. We are underway. Rytas Vilnius taking on Bnei Ofek Dist Herzliya. And winning the opening tip and coming out and shooting and stroking it from downtown, the Icelandic number 9, Elvar Friedrichsen. Friedrichsen playing for Iceland, hoping they get to the FIBA Basketball World Cup. There's Sandy Cohen, comes down and answers immediately. How about that for a confident start on the road? The crowd is loud. And there is Friedrichsen again, this time long off the back of the iron, and Gamble, number 45, collects the board for Herzliya. Cohen drives in, but turns it over. Cohen with the, oh boy, look at that, the turnover from Friedrichsen, now up to Cohen. Drives in and takes it right to the rim. He is not shy, is he? He has really come out strong. Friedrichsen again. Williams at the stripe. It's long. Here's Williams collecting the loose ball, the long rebound. And now Marcus Falster. Well, when you need of a bucket, go to the MVP of November for the Basketball Champions League. Now the three-pointer, and Bab's attempt is too long. Such a good start for Sandy Cohen. He's already surpassed his average. Came in this game averaging 3 points, 3.5 rebounds, 2.5 assists. But Savage just rebounds the ball. Ball knocked away, and it triggers a break. And coming down for the layup. I thought we were going to get a flush. But instead, Quentin Hooker just laid it up and in. Well, you'd rather make sure that you make it. Maybe save the showtime for later. And that was a pass. Foster throwing it down low. I think he's trying to get to Williams. Now Babb. And again, missing it from a long way out. Chris Babb. There's number 19. Fredrickson gets in. Williams crashes the boards and can't control it. And then Fredrickson called for the foul. And there's Cohen just swiping it away. Well, he's nobody's fool tonight, is he? He's coming out and playing hard. Here he is again, Sandy Cohen really asserting himself. And you wonder if they believe they can take advantage of his matchup. Fredrickson is actually guarding Hooker. And again, another miss. This one by Gamble. Here's the drive, and Babb this time makes it, getting to the rim. So competent start for Herzliya. And you do wonder, the fact that they won the first game between these two teams, if even though these two teams come in with a little bit of different momentum, if Herzliya believes they can really get a win on the road in hostile territory. Foster. Gamble dumps it down low, and the spinning, and what a nice play by Maurice Kemp. Good patience, good footwork. And if there's any team on the back foot right now, it's Rytas Vilnius. They better get it going. Fredrickson. And Fredrickson's having a tough time out there. He's shaking his hand like he was fouled. Well, when your team, like Herzliya, you want to win this game. It's your best chance to get into the play is to win your last couple of games. That pass down low, batted out of bounds. If they win this game, they have the better head-to-head, obviously, against Rytas Vilnius. Both teams would be 2-3. And depending on what happens with Pederster, they could also be 2-3 by the end of the night. Fredrickson for three, that's long. Well, folks, if you're a Rytas fan, it's not how you start, but it's how you finish. That's how you have to look at this, because it has been a very poor start. Now, the pass intercepted by Williams. He hands it off to Red Savages, who pulls up from three-point range and gets it to go. Oh, those turnovers, they kill you if you're Bnei Ofek Dist Herzliya. Simply cannot turn the basketball over, and certainly not right there. Gamble goes to work. Oh, good strong finish from Gamble. He takes the contact, he scores with the left hand. The pass intended for Williams goes off of him. And Rytas Vilnius just seem a little bit out of sync at this moment. Evaldas Karas checking into the game. Williams goes out. Gytis Mashulis goes out, and also Ehodis. So it's quite a luxury especially to have Ehudis come into the game. Coming off the bench. Here's Cohen. Good strong rebound, Ehudis. Now Friedrichsen. Entry pass to Karras. Brings it out. Cohen, or rather Foster missing. They battle. Look at Karras, goes up and he is fouled by Hooker, who shows the sportsmanship, helps up Karras. Evaldis Karras, I have to tell you folks, his stats were not indicative of how impactful he was for this team in their last win. And Benedikt Varadi, the Hungarian international, checks into the game. Karras is a tough-nosed player. It's not always pretty, but it is effective. And he seems at 32 years of age to really figure out his role in this Rytas Vilnius team. His 13 minutes that he played in the last game was his season high at Pedesteri. He had 4 rebounds, 4 points. And you just wonder if that performance lifted him up in the eyes of Javinas, because he's one of the first guys off the bench tonight. Hooker back outside, and bam, taking that one from Kaunis, missing, but the foul will keep it at this end. Hooker from the left corner, that looks good. Quentin Hooker. He's got really solid numbers coming into this contest. Here's the penetration and the basket from Foster. Quentin Hooker knows Benedikt Varadi. They used to be teammates at Falco Sombote. Here he is again, putting it up, and Julian Gamble with the rebound. He's going to go up against Ehudis. No, he's going to pass it back outside to Kemp. Now Sandy Cohen. And Maurice Kemp, short. Varadi leans into one, it doesn't drop. And Gamble with another rebound. Gamble also played for Rytas San Pablo Burgos. He's definitely made the rounds. And that long shot, no good. After his first season, or after his big Basketball Champions League season at Nanterre, he was snapped up by Virtus Bologna, who had won the Basketball Champions League in year 3. Here's the spin, the turn, and the foul. And it's on Cohen, Wisconsin's finest. Played at Marquette and finished up at Wisconsin Green Bay. Chris Babb goes out. Here's driving the baseline, and Foster was denied. Now quickly racing to the other end. And Herzliya score on the break. Boy, that was impressive. Hooker finishing off the move. It was Julian Gamble that got the block. Ehudis takes it and throws it down. Look at this again. He picks it up, spins, and nobody's stopping him there. It was Stephen Thompson that picked up the assist. He did a great job pushing it. Oh, look at the swat this time from carries. Foster knifes his way in, this time able to put it up and in, and he scores despite Cohen being so close. And suddenly it's a 2-point game, and it looks like the way this game has gone has kind of fueled the anger of Rytas Vilnius. Good defense, knocking the ball out of bounds. Chris Babb is going to come back into the game. And that's a carries play right there. I mean, you know what? He is going to make plays. He sticks his nose in there where it's not wanted. Lakunas checks into the game. Babb has to launch it and banks it in. Wow. I did not know these were banking hours, but he puts it up off the glass and makes the deposit. 5-point advantage. That was a big bucket. You could feel Rytas Vilnius closing. And here is Foster. And Foster believing and doing. Getting to the basket. He had 24 in the first meeting. 8 points in this first quarter for Foster. 6-second differential on the game clock and the shot clock. And looks like we have a foul. Great first quarter for Hooker. He sits down. Stephen Thompson in the game. And Yair Kravitz in the game as well. Here's Stephen Thompson, travels. So Foster comes back into the game, and Ehildis goes out. Plenty of time to get the ball up the floor. They've had some success, especially with Foster getting to the rim, but he's got to hurry. Here he goes, crosses midcourt. And Lakunas with the foul, trying to set the pick. He was almost set. That's a very, very close call. Just enough time here to get off the shot. 2.3 seconds. Kravitz inbounds the basketball, throws it underneath. Oh, and Lakunas now called for a foul. So a couple of fouls called on him at the end of the quarter, frustratingly for him. And free throws coming now for Bnei Ofek Dist Herzliya. Not sure if they're looking at the time on the clock. So indeed, they put a little bit more time on the clock. Wait a minute, I can't be right. 20.3? No, 2.3. There we go. So Kemp at the line, couple of free throws. takes and makes the first. Came in shooting 87% at the free throw line. 20 of 23. That is not bad shooting, is it? So that turned out to be a big sequence. When you think that Rytas Vilnius had a chance to score, that's a 4 or even 5-point swing. Ferrari gets it to Normantas. He launches it and just a little too high off the glass. And not enough arc. So at the end of one quarter, Bnei Ofek Dist Herzliya doing what they needed to do. They lead at 23-18 over Rytas Vilnius. See, just a little bit better shooting numbers overall for Herzliya. So here's a look back at the opening exchanges here in the first quarter. It started well enough for Rytas Vilnius with Elvar Friedrichsen coming out and nailing it. And Cohen really got into his stride and got it going. Foster had 8 points to lead his team in scoring. Brett Savage has stopped and popped that three-pointer. And it looked like the game was swinging to the advantage of Rytas Vilnius, but the play of Hooker, the play of Stephen Mark Thompson kind of came out and really sparked the team in blue. Bab also hitting that three-pointer. Second quarter action underway here in Vilnius, and the turnover, and Karras drives in. Good pass, but great hustle down the court, knocking it away, Stephen Thompson. And Ehodas just did not know he was in the vicinity. Normantas for three. Here's Bab again. Puts it up, and it looks good, and it is good. Topeka, Kansas-born Chris Bab. Ehodas spins, turns, and fouled. So Kravitz doing his best to contain the big. And that is a tough assignment. Thompson whistled for the foul, the push. Played for Oregon State in the NCAA Final Four a few years ago. And, oh boy, they made a mistake and they got away with it. Normantas says he was fouled, but he missed the reverse layup, and then on the break, Stephen Mark Thompson misses. But they rebounded to keep it this in, and Bab strikes again from three-point range. What a performance from Bab. Fi in the game for Herzliya as well, number 23, here on Fi. Ooh. And Varani missing. And quickly to the other end, Stephen Mark Thompson, and suddenly we've got a 9-point lead, and alarm bells are ringing here in Vilnius as they have to call a timeout.
Let's go, baby. Let's go. Look good, feel good, play good. Ready, big man? I'm always ready, baby.
Shit will happen, that we need to split back. Okay, and then he goes inside and somebody needs to build up the baseline. They will go, they will leak out. More simple offenses with big lineup. Might be zone, yes. Let's go with 2 up, stagger away, go block to block, and also let's go fist 4. If Campbell on the court, fist 5. Okay, let's see, be ready for zone. Hey, we need good stuff. We gotta get the first rebound, so no kick out threes. Rytas, look at one.
Well, the recent acquisition of Steve and Mark Thompson paying an immediate dividend. Signed back in November. This is actually his first game in the Basketball Champions League. Stephen Thompson had a good start to proceedings tonight. And here is another stop. And oh boy, what a collision that was. And Thompson, good job. And now the lob. And boy, that was a huge opportunity for Kemp. He gets the basketball back. And the ball goes out of bounds. That would have been a tough sequence for the home team to call a timeout and then give up that 2 points. So Normantas, who hit the three-pointer but has had a rough go of it, goes out of the game. Masulis comes back in. But I would say without a doubt that Thompson is making a huge impact on this game. Very good defensively and is able to get out in transition. As you can see here, he's trying to guard Masulis down low and commits the foul. Oh no, that was Fi, excuse me. I know it was Thompson that committed the foul, yeah. And then Fi came over just to make sure that he didn't make the layup. So a hole to climb out of for Rytas Vilnius. Radsavicius drives in, terrific defense. They stay with it, and the basketball will stay at this end, but with only 1.3 seconds remaining. Look at Fi go up, and again, the rim protection. So again, just 1.3 seconds. That is enough time to catch it and shoot it. This is a very, very competitive group. Lenovo Tenerife, these two clubs, and Peristeri. Although Peristeri, after starting strong and beating Tenerife, have fallen on hard times with the 2 losses to this Rytas Vilnius team. So they did put a little bit more time on the clock, and they were able to take their time and score with equitas. Here's Bab again, catch and shoot. Or handoff and shoot. And Kemp Gets it down low. Ahodas with the rebound. Here's Foster. Avoids the charge. And now passes outside. Masulis wide open. They crash the boards, and Kravitz, a good strong rebound, quickly up ahead. Look at that. They beat him down the floor. Bnei, Ofek Dist Herzliya getting it done. Slick pass from Yair Kravitz. Ahodas has it taken away by 5. And now an unsportsmanlike foul has been called on Benedict Verratti as he prevents the fast break. And against all expectations, really, in this arena, despite winning the first game, Bnei, Ofek Dist Herzliya have come out and really punched this Rytas Vilnius team in the face. So Verratti goes out. There'll be 2 free throws for Thompson and possession. And Thompson stretches the lead to 10. Here's Bab. He steps in the gym, and he's got his shooting range. It doesn't matter where he is. That's his shooting range right there. He might just let it fly. No, he's going to pass it. Kravitz for 3. That was short, and Williams skies for the rebound. Friedrichsen over to Ratsavicius. Elvar Friedrichsen. And Ahodas getting tied up by Kravitz. So Kravitz is going to take a seat. He's had a couple of fouls, but he had that wonderful pass on the fast break to get those 2 points. And the pass down low, and the basket is good. Foster. Chris Babb with pump fake now spins, gets in, misses, follows the shot. Ahodas comes in kind of over the back of Babb. And look at that, boy. This team will not be denied, will they? Maurice Kemp. Powerful move. And that was a scramble for the basketball. And if that replay is indicative of anything, is you have to say this Herzliya team wants it more right now than Rytas Vilnius. And Bab is saying, did you not see Ahodas come flying on top of me? So Maurice Kemp gets it to go. Foster puts it up from deep, goes down, hoping to get the foul called. No whistle. Here's Friedrichsen. Now he's bumped by Hooker, and he gets swatted as he gets into the lane by Gamble, but a foul has been called. So Friedrichsen at the free throw line. And he gets both to go. Cohen, oh boy, makes it rain with that three-pointer. This group is crazy. I mean, we've seen the good and the bad and the ugly from all of these teams. And right now, we are seeing the excellent from Herzliya. And we're seeing the ugly from Rytas Vilnius, who just keep falling further and further behind. Kemp gets in, powers his way up, and he's fouled. And this is a Bnei Ofek Dist Herzliya team that looks like it is not going to be denied tonight. Williams with the reach in and the foul. So timeout, Rytas Vilnius.
And what we play offensive? Why angle? I mean, we play. Hey, offensive, play much more simple. Play much more simple. Now Radzo has 4 simple actions. Either angle, either 12, okay? Because, God damn it, they're leaking out. Hey, we need to suffer defensively, man. Somebody please can guard Kemp, number 9. We need to suffer defensively. Possession by possession.
So a big moment in the game here for Rytas Vilnius as they try to stop this runaway train that is Bnei Ofek Dist Herzliya, a team that has just come here and played with incredible resolve, determination, you name it. They look like a team that is not going to accept defeat tonight the way they have approached it. It's a very long game, but they're now up 14 points, their biggest lead of the game, and they're at the line. They might be able to extend it with Kemp, who, remember, is an excellent free throw shooter. And they do indeed. So Zavina's talking about the need to simplify the offense. Cohen almost coming up with the steal. Here's Foster. Low dribble, Fredrickson. And the bounce pass to Williams, puts it up and had the layup, just missed it. And now quickly Cohen and dumps it down low. And if anybody's making it look simple, it's this team right here in blue. Bnei Ofek Dist Herzliya. What a performance. This is turning out to be one of the dominant displays of the season. I mean, they have been absolutely ruthless tonight in Vilnius. They've had a good week of practice. And now Williams misses another layup. Goodness me. And that's what happens when you're trailing. The quickness, the athleticism, the talent in the Herzliya team is obvious tonight. Here's Quentin Hooker. And then coming from behind and scoring, Cohen, who's been playing like a house on fire since the start of the game. He has been unreal, and everybody in this Herzliya team, and Rytas Vilnius, for all the momentum they've had that they've built up in the performances against Peristeri, are now reeling late in the first half. Fredrickson gets it to Williams, puts up a desperate shot. And the hole just keeps getting bigger and bigger. Look at this. Oh, and throwing it down on the break is Maurice Kemp. Well, if you can't run with the big dogs, don't get off the porch, because that's what's happening right now. Herzliya are just out and out dominating. They're playing like the best team in Europe right now. They are on fire. And unfortunately for the home team, the free throw is missed, but the lead has ballooned to 21 points. The Rytas fans haven't given up the ghost. And the whistle blows and an offensive foul. Bnei Ofek Dist Herzliya outscoring Rytas Vilnius 25-9 in this second quarter. Rytas Vilnius with a good, loud crowd, full of hope, full of expectation tonight, have had a rude awakening. They are right now in the midst of a nightmare. Look at Chris Babb, spins, turns, puts it up. Oh, they're putting on a clinic. They are putting on a clinic. Here's Herzliya, Babb. Fredriksson with a runner. And about the only good thing you can say right now about Rytas Vilnius is they're at home and they still got 21 minutes and 45 seconds left in the game. The bad news is they face a humongous deficit. Now the pass to the corner. Cohen, a high arcing shot. And now a foul called on Fredriksson, fighting for position. No, 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 she says. I don't like it. Fredriksson, his second foul. Could be wrong, but I think that was his wife that they just showed in the stands. And now Marcus Falser is looking on, stunned with his team trailing by 21. But again, a long way to go. Crazy things happen in the Basketball Champions League, folks. You don't want to go away. And you especially don't want to go away if you're a Herzliya fan. You want to keep watching this. This will put you in a good mood. Shows you all the power and the potential this team has. And he makes one of two. It's hard to believe this team has had so many struggles. Bnei Herzliya struggling in the Israeli Winter League. Second bottom. But again, it is early, and on this evidence, they're not going to be down in the lower echelons of the Israeli standings for long. There is a big shot from Rytas. So that gets it back to a 19-point game. So timeout has been called.
No letdown, okay? Now, on offense, on defense, keep on doing the same. Make sure it's not, okay? I know you know. Hey, on offense now, let's run two down. If they cheat from you, you stay and shoot, okay? Hey, don't go wide. Hey, don't go wide, okay? Control the tempo, don't go wide. Keep on playing good defense, okay? At the end of the two down, if you have a good feed, go ahead and take it, okay? Let's go.
So Rytas is hitting his second three-pointer of the night, but the bad news is it only takes a few points off of a very big deficit. But again, basketball is a funny game. It's a game of runs. And the visitors have been on a big run, and now it's Rytas Vilnius who need to go on a big run, and they need to start that run now. They can't afford to fall any further behind before halftime. Chris Babb open for three, and that was short, but look at the Well, Kemp almost getting the rebound. The crowd reacts because of the collision with Friedrichsen, who was only minutes ago whistled for a foul. And the crowd just wanting it to be called the same for both teams. There's Rytas, and the basketball goes out of bounds. And they're scrapping away, and the fight is being taken to Rytas Vilnius. That was a great block, in fact, by Cohen. Here's Gamble spinning, hooping and scooping, and boy, just going right to town on Ehodis. And it's back to a 21-point lead. Rytas Vilnius trying to get the last shot of the half. Here's Marcus Foster into the corner, the three-pointer. Or no, that was a long two. Was it a three? Yes, it was indeed. A three-pointer, at least, for Rytas Vilnius right at the end. And Normantas fuming. He hits this three. So at least they were able to execute that last sequence. 53-35, Bnei Ofek Dist Herzliya on top of Rytas Vilnius here in Lithuania at halftime. Well, just 5 threes for each team, but look at that. 8 more makes inside the arc for Bnei Herzliya. 4 more rebounds, 5 more assists, 4 more steals. The defensive stats in the favor of the visitors. Kemp has 16, Babb 12, Cohen 10 for Herzliya, Foster with 10 points, Friedrichsen 7, and Normantas 6 for Rytas Vilnius. Well, you look back at the highlights, and it started well enough for Rytas Vilnius with that Friedrichsen three-pointer. But Herzliya were able to get out and run. They were able to hit some threes. I'll tell you, one of the striking, really their ability to get into the fast break and score in transition has been a huge factor in this game. Not to mention the fact that they've scored off some turnovers. 18 fast break points for Herzliya at this point, compared to just 5 for Rytas Vilnius. And that's one reason why the points in the paint is so much in favor of Herzliya. 30 points in the paint to 14 for Rytas Vilnius. Rytas is possibly the only player that's had anything working tonight for Rytas Vilnius with his shooting. But it just feels like one of those nights where this Herzliya team is a step faster. They jump a little higher. They react a little quicker. And their shots are truer. They are not missing. I mean, Babb has been terrific. Here he is again. And also the addition of Stephen Thompson has been huge for this team. He really brings some quality on both ends of the floor. And I liked how Big Five came out and played defense, even though he gave up that bucket. But look at Kravitz, also just a wonderful pass, zipping it up the court to his teammate. Just a lot of missed opportunities for Rytas Vilnius. Again, they were outscored 30-17 in that second quarter. They gave up 23 points in the first quarter as well. So the big question is, where is the defense of Rytas Vilnius tonight? And part of the problem, again, is that they've turned the ball over some, and that's led to some opportunities, some scoring opportunities. But this Herzliya team has just come out and thrown some punches. So Maurice Kemp has been getting it done tonight. $16 points. Very good free throw shooter. Just hustling, just finishing. He's just been outstanding. The 31-year-old. And has really made the most of his opportunities. Hails from Miami, Florida. That's where he was born and raised. And spent his college days at Alabama A&M, Miami-Dade College, and East Carolina. Left in 2013, and since then he's been playing professionally overseas and clearly getting better and better. Well, that MVP of November award that he received before halftime must feel like an insignificant thing right now, because it has done nothing to help this Rytas Vilnius team tonight. Yes, he's been okay. He's been able to score some points, but they have been off the pace. And they'll be hoping that as a team they play a lot better in the second half here at the Rytas Arena. Bnei Ofek Dist Herzliya lead it 53-35 at the break over Rytas Vilnius. We'll be right back before the start of the second half.
To missing free throws, even the guys that should be making them, like that, Eric McCollum.
But in the end, they get a 4-point trip down the floor as Berkan Durmash goes up for the throwdown.
Still trying to find themselves this season, Manresa, and they find themselves in trouble here. What a play from Hawkins. 17 points now for him. No stopping him.
Morgan, he likes the size, knows he's going to skip past to the corner to Herrera. Now Malcolm drives in.
Oh, goodness gracious. And the seas parted, and Malcolm just goes right through and dunks it home.
Malcolm and Bone taking out their anger on the rim.
Look at the emotion from the visitors.
There's no better feeling than dunking it like that in the half court.
Hot. Pearl. Herbert Keller! What a move! Telepathic!
By the time the shot clock is going to run a pick and roll here with Hayden Dalton. Brandon now going behind the back. Almost loses it. Oh, behind the back. Oh, baby! Joe Ragland, are you serious? With the behind the back time, this guy is simply amazing.
played at an incredibly high level, and Rytas Vilnius have yet to react, and you got to wonder, trailing by 18 points, are they going to be able to claw this thing all the way back? That is a big deficit, but we've seen it happen before. It's got to start at the defensive end. They've got to take care of those rebounds. They got to start making some layups. They missed some easy ones. Had a lot of second chance points, 14 for Herzliya. They had 14 points off the turnovers. They also got out and scored on the fast break. And the bottom line is they were just a step faster. You know, they wanted it more. And for me, that was obvious. They brought the game to Rytas Vilnius, and now it's up to Rytas Vilnius to turn things around. So they got 20 minutes. The implications are big. Obviously, they come into this game with a chance, depending on what happens later tonight, to clinch at least a second-place finish in the group. And that would give them home court advantage in the round of 16 play-in at least. And with this type of crowd support, you know, that's what they would like to have. But the crowd support just hasn't made a difference in the play for this Rytas Vilnius team. At least not tonight. So sometimes you can tell how good teams are, how good coaches are by the adjustments that they make at halftime. Let's see what kind of adjustments Rytas Vilnius make. And I'm sure that Bnei Ofek Dist Herzliya will be anticipating that, so that makes it even harder.
To react spacing rules wherever he goes. If needed, if somehow you cannot, okay, split the action. Elvar is here. Second action is catch 2. Marcus exiting with the Eka. Elvar pass the ball. Efka flare into top pick and roll with Marcus. Catch 2, yes.
Don't put the angle, just set it that way. Just set the screen to my right hand. If they gonna ice it, let me go right.
Shot selection, balance the court, use fouls. Big rebounds, guys, big rebounds.
Давай, давай.
Hey, the Christmas sweaters are out in full force tonight. That's good to see. Santa Claus was on that particular sweater. But really, for Rytas Vilnius, they need to light a fire. It's cold outside, and they need to let that fire burn a little bit and heat up because they are trailing. So the second half is underway. And Herzliya with a big lead, 18 points against Rytas Vilnius. Ehodis gets it down low and to a spot where he should be able to score, but he misses. So it's Karas, Ehodis, Retsavicius, Fredriksson, and Foster starting for Rytas Vilnius. Gamble, who gets the first look and scores. And more of the same from what we saw in that first half. Bad is starting. Kemp, Hooker, and also Cohen. Marcus Foster missing from deep, and Gamble gets the rebound. Here's Bad, and his pass saved in bounds. Look at that, even on those plays. They just make it look so easy. Now Chris Babb thought about launching it. Oh boy, gets swatted. Now that's a good sign from Ehodis. And then Fredriksson, and an unsportsmanlike foul called on Cohen, who just stepped right in front to impede the play. No question about that one. First of all, get it out of here. And then Fredriksson. Yeah, no attempt to make a play on the ball. Everybody and their mother or everybody and their brother made that call. They'll go and have a look at it just to make sure. But I don't think they're going to wipe it off. If it stands, it'll be 2 free throws and possession. First of all, get that out of here. Second of all, take that, Fredriksson. Yeah, I mean, he's kind of slow stepping in front of him. He kind of raises his left arm into him, gets him in the midsection, not really playing the ball. That's an unsportsmanlike. Call it, ref. And he does. So Fredriksson, who takes the punishment for not the first time tonight, and makes the first free throw. And Johan Rosso explaining the unsportsmanlike foul to Cohen. And the second free throw is good. What a raucous crowd. Interesting that Karius is starting in this second half. He needs players that are going to get out there and fight. There's Ehodas, a little jump hook, and this time is good. And it'll be interesting to see if this sequence, the unsportsmanlike foul, changes the tone of the game. Here's Kent driving in, and I suggest not, because there's no stopping this Herzliya team. They just look supremely confident tonight. Fredriksson, a little runner, and Karius with the rebound over to Foster for 3. Looks good, is good. And slowly but surely creeping back into it, but they've got to get stops. Herzliya team that continues to work it down low for good looks. Look at this. They get the baseline, they pass it back out. Now Hooker, bounce pass, over to Babb, over to Gamble, and Gamble, and nobody boxes out. Cohen, the offensive rebound and put back. The second chance points. That's a killer. Fredriksson, a long way out, and it's good. Well, right now they're trading 2s for 3s, and the deficit is now just 14 points. Herzliya attacking. Gamble has it knocked away, but he's fouled. So Fredriksson will take a seat, and Verratti comes in, and this is a crucial spot for Verratti. He's got to play like the Hungary international that he is. Look at that. Good defense down low by Karius, knocking it away, preventing the pass from getting to Gamble. Now the pass, batted away. Great defense from Herzliya, but there's still time on the clock. And Karius goes down hard. Shot clock down to 8. And Foster goes in, and the foul has been called. And these Rytas fans have had enough. They thought there was a little too much contact. So this is Gamble. Oh boy, that looked to me like that should be Herzliya basketball. He reached in. Unless Foster was, looked like who'd they call the foul on? Yeah, they called the foul on Gamble. I'm not sure I agree with that one. Tough call, but anyway, those things even out over the course of the game. It looked like he got his hand on the ball, and then it went off of the fingertips of Foster. just one of two Foster, and the basketball is going to stay at this end. Well, right now outscoring Herzliya 11-6 in this third quarter. I know the Israeli club would have expected a reaction. Now the question is, how will they respond? Verratti gets it down low to Ehudis. And now Verratti gets it back, and I think wisely takes it back outside, but they didn't get it off the rim, so he has to launch it. And I think he wasn't aware, or he wasn't thinking that the ball had not hit the rim. Now he's looking at the coach saying it should have reset. I'd have to see it again. They're not going to change it now. Well, that was a big stop because Ehudis had it down low. I like the strategy from Rytas, though. Trying to get it down low. Here's Cohen for three. Oh, man, he has been on fire tonight. He's having his best game of the season. And now a technical foul on Cohen for trash talking. I don't know if he was trash talking the bench or the fans. So that's going to be a free throw. Well, no matter what happens now, this Rytas crowd has a target for its anger because of Cohen, and it's going to be interesting to see how he responds. He's gone because he committed the unsportsmanlike foul earlier, so then he gets a technical, and that means automatic expulsion. And that is a massive, massive sequence in this game, and you talk about maintaining your emotional discipline, and you feel kind of bad for Cohen because he's just playing with fire and having a good time, but I think he realizes this is not a good development for Herzliya, and really it's uncalled for, but the rules are the rules. And Foster goes to the line and makes it. So the staff, watch this again. He makes the three. Now watch him as he goes down the court. Who is he talking to? That's tough to say, but referee didn't hesitate. Here's Foster, a little runner. And they keep it alive, and Bab comes up with the basketball. So not really punished that badly, that trip down the floor. Kemp dumps it off to Gamble. Take that. Julian Gamble. Into the corner, Gytis Masulis, and the three-pointer, and it's another one in this quarter. They've been burying him. Had 5 at halftime. They've got 3 in this quarter. Bad. Still, it's a 14-point lead for Herzliya. And now the ball tapped, and it goes off of Bab and out of, or Hooker and out of bounds. And the Rytas Vilnius defense that we didn't see in the first half, we're starting to see it now. That was great play by Benedikt Verratti, reaching in and forcing the turnover. And the future Rytas Vilnius player comes out with the mop, the broom, to get at the moisture. And Rytas Vilnius, you can see this is a serious basketball club. Their fans have come out in full force tonight. It's a great thing to see. Now, Foster dribbling himself almost into trouble there. Hooker comes up, stops him. Here's Masulis. He just hit the three. He goes inside, and he's fouled on. He almost had a three-point play opportunity, but he will take the two. Gytis Masulis, the Lithuanian national team player, just like his father used to be. And big moment for him. Hooker asking about the reach and the foul. Presumably, the foul was actually called on Hooker.
Let's go. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh yeah! Oh yeah! That's great defense.
This is out of one? No, this is their defense. Their defense. Our defense. Boston, don't let me go on the damage. Okay? Now, guys, number 21 can shoot. No strong side help. Hey, be focused and tough mentally. Okay? Be focused and tough mentally. Okay? Next offense, let's run the gun. Okay? Let's go. Let's go.
Well, it remains to be seen what the impact of Cohen's expulsion is going to be after the unsportsmanlike foul and then the technical foul. But, okay, his numbers coming into this game weren't great, but he was playing at a very high level tonight. And when he was ejected in this quarter, he walked off the court with 15 points, 3 assists. He was having the game of his life tonight. So Michulis goes to the line, makes the first. Pictures of the legends of Rytas Vilnius up there. You can see Ramūnas Staskauskas amongst them. And Michulis makes the 2. Guarded by his former Falcos. Did they reset the shot clock? Bab launches it and clangs it off the rim. Michulis is playing like a man. He goes up for the rebound. And Kravitz with the foul. And Herzliya over the limit as well. That looked like that was a tough call on him, just going for the rebound. Everything going against Herzliya right now. They lead by 12 points, but facing real adversity. How are they going to respond? As Foster goes to the line, makes the first. Second, and just further evidence of how utterly competitive the Basketball Champions League is right now. A team like Herzliya can come and play the way that it did in that first half. Michulis hears the applause as he goes out. He was a real battler in there. But Rytas Vilnius now coming out, and now they've called the offensive foul, throwing the elbow on Kravitz, trying to get away from Foster. And Kravitz goes out. The video won't lie, I'm afraid. Look at this. Watch the right arm. Foster snapped his head back. You never know they're down 10 points. Rytas Vilnius. Look at this. They get it down low to Ehodas. He goes up, and he scores. It is a different Rytas Vilnius team in this third quarter. They have caught a few breaks, and we got to see if they continue to take advantage of them. Here's Bab, steps back for 3, rims out. Those shots were falling in the first half, but they're not now. Normantas. Ehodas, the battle for the rebound, and is brought down by Kemp, and now the foul called on Verratti. It's all about intensity Fi comes in for Gamble, and he needs to play as well as he did. Now Mashulis is back in after catching his breath because he was really being combative. It's been fun watching him develop the last few years. Seems to be taking a step up. It is Mashulis, a little bit bigger, a little bit stronger, a little bit more experienced, and it's showing. And Hooker fouled by Normantas a long way from the basket. So Bab again. Steps back. It's a long two. Still doesn't drop, but look at Fi get the rebound. And then he is fouled. And those offensive rebounds now becoming a problem with Kemp and Fi. Almost half of the rebounds have been on the offensive glass. Ehildis goes out. Williams comes in. So 29 rebounds have been corralled by this Herzliya team tonight. 13 of them have been on the offensive end. In fairness, it's been a good effort from Rytas Vilnius now. They are 11 of their 26 rebounds on the offensive glass. Stephen Thompson is checked into the game. The 23-year-old Kravitz over there wishing he could be back out on the court. Here's Foster. He explodes, and he gets met at the rim and rejected. I think it was Fi. And now quickly, Hooker. And look at the hustle and the basket. What a performance from Maurice Kemp tonight. So he's got 20. Oh, dangerous pass. Verratti just behind the stripe. It's good. Benedict Verratti playing better in the second half tonight. You have to be able to contribute in games like this off the bench in the Basketball Champions League. I mean, you go deep on your bench, I'll look at that. Sweet shot from Hooker. And now the foul called on Fi. Friedrichsen comes back in for Verratti. Good minutes from number 25. Here's Mashulis back at the stripe. Perfect at the free throw line tonight. 8 points, 5 of 5 at the stripe. Now 6 of 6. The Gitas Mashulis fan club watching from the stands. And meanwhile, Herzliya with a 9-point lead. 12 minutes remaining in the game. Bab goes behind his back. Lets it fly. And somehow, some way, it was Kemp that forced the turnover, but they still don't come down. Oh, and Mashulis. Oh, they called a foul. A break. I thought he just fell out of bounds. Ultimate respect for Kemp, the way he is battling tonight on the boards. That's a tough break on him, but Mashulis as well is competing on the glass. And he's going to try to stay perfect at the line. First one is good. That's the first foul on Kemp. 8 points the difference. The way they were so dominant in that first half, Bnei Ofek Dist Herzliya, that you just didn't think it was possible that Rytas Vilnius would be able to come back. I mean, they were dominating. But again, the loss of Cohen, I think, has really been a big development in this game. And now Kemp especially is doing everything that he can to hold this Rytas Vilnius team at bay, to keep them at bay. Bad. Oh, what a play by Hooker to tap it over to Stephen Thompson. Masulis with the rebound. Foster crosses midcourt. Herzliya get back on D. So Foster launches a three. Well, that's kind of his game. We'll forgive him. Player of the month in November. You got to let him do it. He's got the green light. Three-point shot. Hooker, look at Masulis, look at Kemp. Again, Kemp goes up. Look at him battle for the basketball. They all want it. And now the foul has been called on Stephen Thompson. The pulling and the crowd asking for an unsportsmanlike. And the French referee, Maestre, and they have indeed, they've called the unsportsmanlike. Watch this. They battle here, and watch Thompson. So I missed the initial call, but yes, indeed. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's an excellent call. Excellent call from the French referee. And here goes Masulis again. Having one of his best ever games in the Basketball Champions League tonight. Rytas Masulis. Standing up in the physicality of the game. Came in averaging 5.8 points, 3.8 rebounds. His season high was also against Herzliya at 12 points in the first meeting. And the drive, and Foster this time does make it. And the crowd making a huge difference as well. The home court, as Rytas have closed the gap to just 4 points. Here he goes again, Kemp, and he turns it over, travels. So Fredrickson has it, 6-point differential. And six-second difference of the game clock. Over to Williams. And Williams gets it back. Now they want to get the last shot. Masulis for three. And then Williams, they fouled Masulis shooting the three. Can you believe it? Phi hasn't been quite as good in this second half. Watch Masulis. You got to control yourself. Oh, yeah. I mean, not even close. What in the world are you thinking about Phi? You got to get the hand up, but you cannot allow your momentum to carry yourself in. But in fairness, you see it every game. You see three-point shooters get fouled these days because there's so many good ones. And what can you say about Rytas Vilnius? Adversity. They have met it head on. They have clawed their way back. Okay, so it was not a three. I thought he'd foul behind the arc, but they say he only got 2 free throws. So at least there was that for Herzliya, and he only makes 1 of 2. So I think the crowds are like me. They thought that they should get 3 free throws. I'd like to see a replay again, and that's exactly what they're saying. And Zavinas, I just assumed it was 3 free throws. Oh, what a catch from Williams. Did you see that? What a catch. The most spectacular, unimportant play of the night. Anyway, Bnei Ofek Dist Herzliya lead it 69-66 over Rytas Vilnius at the end of 3. Well, the three-pointers, they heated up for Rytas Vilnius, 8 of 18. Now look at the free throws as well. A decided advantage, 18 of 21. That is where they have really hurt Herzliya. So this game has had a little bit of everything. An incredible first half from Herzliya. Everybody playing and really playing like the best team in Europe in that first half. But you've also got the best crowd tonight in Europe here in Vilnius, and the way they reacted, the way Cohen picked up the unsportsmanlike foul. In basketball, this team had all the focus, all the determination. But Herzliya's lead has been cut to 3 as we start the fourth quarter here in Vilnius. The pass to Williams goes off his hands. Williams, tough catch, but he's not been at his best tonight. And quickly, Thompson goes to the other end and scores. What a finish from Thompson, going behind the back as well. Slick move from the Puerto Rico international. The former Beaver of Oregon State. And Normantas gets in the paint. And another thing that this illustrates is when you trail by as many points as Rytas Vilnius has tonight, 23, you can go on have a huge run, a huge comeback, and still be trailing. And that's the case. And look at that. Now 5 consecutive points for Thompson. And Herzliya have extended their lead back to 8 points. So the question now is, was the mountain too high to climb all the way back? You get so close to the top of the mountain, but when you don't get there, well, here's Fredriksson driving in. What do I know? He cuts it back to a 6-point game. It's got to be about intensity and defense for Rytas Vilnius. They cannot allow Herzliya to have easy shots at this end of the floor. Here's Thompson again. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Kemp, he's the player of the game. Unbelievable. Absolutely killing Rytas Vilnius tonight in every way imaginable. His rebounding, his scoring, 22 points. Fredriksson, the other end. And Gamble now gets the rebound, and it feels like some of the air has come out of the balloon now for Rytas Vilnius. Bab. Here's Kemp again. Kemp, unstoppable, folks. He is unstoppable. 24 points. Maurice Kemp. And the lead back to 10 with 7.5 minutes remaining. Look at that in the paint. The runner from Fredriksson. Maybe they should think about doing something like a boxing one on Kemp. He's been that dominant. Now Bab. Hooker looks inside, brings it back out. Gamble, the lob down low. Kemp, and this time, and he is fouled by Normantas. So Normantas called for the push. So Foster comes back in, and it's hard to imagine him going off the court the rest of the way. They need him, his explosive play. He has 17 points tonight. Inbounds pass to Kemp, and Kemp is just destroying this team. He's also fouled by Ehudis. What a play from Maurice Kemp. And you can't give away a layup on an inbounds pass. And Kemp, folks, has utterly been the best player tonight on the court by far. 26 points, 9 rebounds. Unstoppable.
We need big stops, we need big rebounds. Nothing new, man. After free throws, we go 2 up, and then later on we say we go 2-side punch. Martinez, Jay, Marcus exit. We put the ball inside Jay. If only they trap, you go flash. If he's one-on-one, you are hiding yourself according to spacing. Next action, catch 2. Catch 2. So, Two up now. Two side punch. And we go heads too, okay? Hey, we need to stop! Let's go, guys! Rytas!
Well, 31-year-old Maurice Kemp getting it done tonight. He came in averaging 20.7 points per game, 6 rebounds per game. He had 23 in the first meeting, so it's no surprise what he's been able to do tonight. He also played for Montaket Fuenlabrada, 5 games in the Basketball Champions League back in the 2019 season, when he averaged 11.4 points, 6.2 rebounds. But his numbers 4 years later in this competition have just skyrocketed up to 20.7 points per game, and now he's got 27. 3-point shot from Falster. Ehudis battles away, and it just feels like Herzliya have taken the best that Rytas Vilnius have had to offer tonight. They have withstood the challenge, and now they have returned to first half form, even without Cohen. Well, a break that time, a little bit of miscommunication. Oh, great reach from Gamble, almost forcing the turnover. Ehudis catches it. Friedrichsen now, shot clock winding down. No movement. Friedrichsen steps back. Good. Well, he's come to play in the fourth quarter at least. He's been ticking keeping the scoreboard ticking over. Gets it back to an 8-point deficit, but not the ideal shot to be taking, really. Hooker. Over to Kemp. And the 3-point shot is good. Another one from Thompson. Friedrichsen to Ehudis. Williams tries to make the pass. It's batted away by Kemp, who's just doing everything. Thompson goes behind his back. Thompson again. It's long, but the long rebound chased down by guess who? Kemp. Now Thompson again for 3. Oh, that's a killer. That is a killer possession. A dagger with 5:11 remaining. And it's all because of the hustle of Kemp. Kemp with 27 points, 11 rebounds, plus 30 efficiency.
We have big lineup now. Front box out, I don't know what to do. How Kemp can do 7 offensive rebounds? Hey, length of time. Box is out, man. Hey, defense, 55, chest, box out. The mismatches. Chest, box out. Offense, that's 2. Now you got it by Gamble. We need to attack like this. And also, 2 side 2. If with Gamble, no, they're gonna hide. No, fuck it, no side we can roll. So, chin, let's play chin and fist 4. No, no, I mean chin and fist 4. One time Marcus, one time you. Okay. Go.
Well, even with the loss of Cohen, it's almost as if they've weathered the storm. They got to within 2 points, having trailed by 23, but now Herzliya have opened the lead back up to 14. It is all about scoring and just being the toughest team on the court right now for Rytas Vilnius if they're going to have any chance of coming back. Here's Falster, gets it inside, and carries, puts it up and in. Put your hard hat on, take your lunch pail, and go to work. That's carries. Now Babb stops and misses. Look at Kemp. Look at Kemp. There's not a player on the court that wants it more than Kemp. He is delivering a basketball lesson for anybody that wants to watch tonight about intensity and effort. He is utterly sensational. So they're going to use the head coach's challenge. Vilnius may as well use it. See if the ball went off of Rytas or Herzliya. So the shot and then the chase for the rebound. So the question is, was Kemp already out of bounds? Did his foot land out of bounds or was he inbounds when he threw it? That's the question. So they do indeed. They win the challenge and they give the basketball over to Rytas Vilnius. Well, that's why the head coach's challenge has been introduced. And Vilnius makes good use of it there. It was still great hustle from Kemp. You challenge, you go for it on every single play, every second of the game. That's how he's played tonight. Fredrickson for three. Short, but fouled. And Fredrickson, I believe, has 3 free throws coming. And I think Gamble's saying maybe it's a 2. But Gamble picks up his third. 3 free throws have been awarded. I mean, you want to play great defense, but this is a horrible sequence for Herzliya. Horrible. You stop the clock, and you put Rytas on the line for 3 free throws. Fredrickson has really carried this team offensively in the 4th quarter. He's now got 20 points. How about that? As cold as ice. The man from Iceland. And gets it back to a single-digit deficit. Now it's all about stops and rebounds. Herzliya more than happy to take some time off the clock. Quentin Hooker gets into the paint. Oh, he gets swatted. What a play by Ehildes. Oh, and then they throw it away. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. And tough play for Ehildes carries. He needs to know better. Look at this. He gets it. Now he wants to get it to his guard. And just an awful play. Bad turnover. And now, look who has the ball, Kemp. And he drives in and he punishes him. There might not be a more impressive performance in the competition this season, considering the stakes, considering where this game is played, than what that man has done tonight. And a foul called, and maybe before the shot. Look at Gamble. Sits down, has a nice conversation. He's one of the good guys. I know, Julian. Great representative for basketball. There is He's picked up the foul though, and so 2 free throws. Foster makes the first. He comes from Durham, North Carolina. Julian Gamble plays college basketball in Miami for the Hurricanes. And like I said, he's been in the Basketball Champions League a lot with different teams. They're trying to hold on to a lead, 89-80. Herzliya have really been outstanding overall tonight. The third quarter was not their quarter, but they have hit back with a vengeance. And now they're trying to land the finishing blows. It's Thompson wide open on the baseline. His addition to this team really makes them a lot more dangerous, in my opinion. And oh, look at that. Gamble with the block. Gamble forces the travel from Masulis. And Julian Gamble, it's not just about catching it in the low post and scoring those buckets. He's also protecting that rim. And now the break, they're going to have a look at the replay. Was potentially unsportsmanlike. Gamble, 8 points, 11 rebounds, and a block. 29 for Kemp, along with 11 rebounds. And remember, they lost Cohen, who was outstanding tonight. He was ejected with 15 points. Thompson has 16 points in his first Basketball Champions League game tonight. Okay, so are they going to call another unsportsmanlike foul on Hooker for throwing an elbow? If so, that's 2 free throws and possession. It just opens the door a little bit. And this will be a team that's leading the competition in unsportsmanlike fouls tonight if they call this one. Look at this. Well, it's not an elbow, it's more of the hand. And the question is it done with intent? I think they're going to call it the way that Friedrichsen's head snapped back. Is that a basketball play? That's the question. Well, it might. They say that it's not. They needed and they didn't get it. So now they're going to have to try to force another turnover. And the architect of their demise, Kemp, passes it over to Hooker. Now Babb doesn't wait around, puts it up. Seemed like that was early in the shot clock. Not fully understanding that one. Foster for 3. And there's the putback. Good job from Ehodas. Chris Babb has not had a good shooting night tonight. He started out well, but now he's 5 of 20 from the floor, 2 of 12 from three-point range. And he was putting that 3 up early in the shot clock. I'm not sure that's what his coach would want. Now Kemp, you know he wants to drive. And you just let him drive. I don't get that at all. He was guarded by 2 players. Kemp is just going past 30 points now. Look at that, 31. And now the rejection for Gamble, his second. And he doesn't want to taunt Gamble the way the refs have been calling the game tonight. Look at that. Rim protection. Entry pass. And Foster misses but gets it back quickly. So a break. Good job, but they got to get stops. And they got to get rebounds. And the worrying aspect is that with Kemp on the court, he just seems to be making play after play after play. They can't stop him. And now the wise thing Hooker is doing is taking time off the clock. Hooker from the elbow. Fred Savage just quickly. Foster. He's going to go up against Kent, and look at Gamble. He doesn't try to block it, and possibly did not want to. Oh, they called the foul. It looked like he pulled back, like he didn't go for it. Wow, that's a tough call. I don't get that at all. If he was going to go for it, unless they called the body. So he's gone, Gamble. Just a tough call. Back to a 7-point game, and if anything now, it breathes a little bit more life for Rytas Vilnius.
Screen for each other. You get in. Oh, you be in. Then keep the safety. They coming full trap. Let's press the upgo. If you have opportunity to go, we go. If not, don't run the cheat. Don't run the cheat. I rather to run the shell or run the gun. Okay? Now, on defense, guys, on defense. First of all, protect the ball. On defense, be smart now. Be smart. Contain back the crosses. Okay? Let's go. High on the ball screen. Do not rebound. Do not foul.
You have to say that Herzliya, if you get good post players, I mean, maybe consistent perimeter shooting might be an issue, but I see no reason why this can't be a team that aims to go all the way. And I'm talking about a 1-3 team right now. It just goes to show it's all about survive and advance. And it wouldn't be the first time we've had an Israeli team have a great season like Hapoel Holon. Hello, everybody. Remember last year, make it to the Final Four. You're not going to win the title in November or December. You're going to try to survive. And that's the name of the game. Now, Bad turns. He has really struggled with his offense. And Foster drives in high off the glass, the rebound and the foul. And, oh boy, they're going to call an offensive foul, push. So here's Herzliya getting ever so close to victory here in Vilnius tonight. Where is the foul? You ask. Because I'm asking. They called it on Mashulis. I didn't see the push. Or maybe he did. So, Javinas, again, the task becomes taller, and, well, you know that Lenovo Tenerife will be watching events tonight. They could end up punching their ticket for the round of 16.
Marcus, inbound the ball.
If this result holds up and they win.
Marco, Razzo, Marcus, immediately. Marco goes, immediately throw it. Shot. We make it, we go X immediately. Hey, only number 23, we foul. Only number 23, we foul. With everybody else, no fouls. We need to make defense. We need to make defense. We're gonna be down by 6. We need to make defense.
Miracle. Impossible, no. Unlikely, yes. Maybe need a little bit of help from the basketball gods. Here's Normantas. Puts it up and gets it to drop. And just like that, it's a 7-point game. Maybe they get a steal. Who knows? Force a turnover. Here they are. And they had Hooker in a very difficult position, but a push was called. Here's Hooker. Hooker rattles in the free throw. 96-88. Herzliya going for the double against Rytas Vilnius. Much like Rytas Vilnius did the double on Peristeri. It's looking like we are going to have an unbelievable last week in this group. Next week, here's Fredriksson, comes into the game. Savage is inside, and Machulis met at the rim by Fai, and Foster misses, and Savage just puts it up and in. And again, back to a 7-point game. Kemp trying to keep the ball, throws it, and does get it indeed to Bab, who crosses midcourt, and Herzliya closing in on victory. When they say you got to play every second of all 40 minutes, they mean it. 4 fouls on Normantas. So Bab makes the first, and really when they go back and do the post-mortem on this game, Rytas Vilnius, they're going to look at the first half and ask themselves, what happened? How in the world did we fall behind by 20-plus points? Fredriksson brings it up the floor. He needs to launch it. Valuable seconds ticking off the clock. He turns it over. And that'll be it. Hooker, look at this. It's going to be Kemp. An exclamation mark on a brilliant game for Maurice Kemp. And Bnei Ofek Dist Herzliya travel to Lithuania and win impressively. Rytas Vilnius gave everything they had to come back, but it's Herzliya winning it 101-90. Fueling their hopes of moving on in this competition. Herzliya not a team I don't think that anybody would want to face in the round of 16 play-in. If they come out focused and prepared like the way they were tonight, that is a team that can do some damage. Full marks to the coach, to the players, the way they prepared for this game, the way they went after it. Maybe a little bit of emotional control, discipline issues got the better of them with Cohen tonight, but overall, you got to live on the edge sometimes. And the addition of Thompson makes this a very good team. Very good team. You can see their numbers, and there's Kemp. And I tell you what, that guy should be feted a hero when he gets back to Israel. He was outstanding tonight. Well, the Rytas fans not giving up on their team. And you can look at the final numbers. Kemp with 33. Thompson and Babb each with 16. Foster had 23 in defeat. Fredrickson and Mashul is 22 and 13. Just a tremendous performance from Herzliya. Look at that, Fredrickson and his son. And you go to Elvar's Instagram page, you see some lovely shots with his wife and his kid, his son. Well, the second half was a very interesting case study. Rytas Vilnius just beaten like a drum in the first half, came out, and they were so good in that third quarter that they cut a 23-point deficit to just 2 points. But we saw a lot of fight in this Herzliya team, and they held on and won it in the end. They lost Cohen. Watch what happens here. He hits that shot, and then he's ejected because he picks up a technical. And then he has to go for an early shower. There he goes down the hallway. And fortunately for him, his team was able to hold on without him. And Gamble was outstanding tonight. It really did feel like Rytas Vilnius were going to come back and win the game in the third quarter, the way they played. So that's... a lot of that is because of the crowd, their impact on the game. But because of that, you have to pay tribute to Herzliya. Thompson coming in, his experience really showing. And that man right there, Kemp. Just utterly sensational stuff from him. So, Rytas Vilnius will be at home against a very difficult opponent next week, Lenovo Tenerife. And Bnei Dist are going to have their last game. Dist Herzliya are going to have their last game against Peristeri. So it's all set up nicely going into that last weekend. And that was Gamble getting the rejection. Not going to have any late scoring on him tonight. He had 2 blocks. Of course, he fouled out right at the end on that play right there. And then Kemp just finishing an extraordinary performance. 33 points, 11 rebounds. For that man, what a leader. Lead by example. That's the best way to do it. And he was terrific. So Tenerife will be playing Peristeri tonight. So it's Herzliya right now and Rytas Vilnius both at 2 and 3, occupying the second and third positions. But obviously things can change after that next result tonight. If Tenerife win it, they will win the group and advance to the round of 16. If they win their game against Peristeri tonight, which is just tipping off right now in La Hamburguesa in the Canary Islands. So, wonderful performance from Herzliya. They do the double on Rytas Vilnius. This is a team that's dangerous, folks. Keep an eye out for them. Whether they're playing in Israel, whether they're on the road, they showed what they can do. And now Rytas Vilnius, their path to the play-in of the round of 16 is a little bit tougher. In fact, it's a lot tougher. They're going to play Lenovo Tenerife next week. It doesn't get any harder than that. And for this team, they will go up against Peristeri. Great job tonight from the Rytas Vilnius fans. It's the Basketball Champions League.
Thank you.